news in here? You want some moist news?
Yeah, come on, please, James, get in here now. Now.
Moist like a towelette.
I love
Get in
that
here.
word is universally hated. It doesn't really bother me.
I don't
but
mind
get
it.
why people hate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, growing up was one of my mom's least favorite words.
You know, turkey moist
Anyways.
on Thanksgiving.
You
Go ahead.
know, the moist sections of your bathroom where mold comes. Anyway,
Order filled.
another one bites the dust.
Oh, no.
23andMe has gone the way of the dinosaurs. They have filed for bankruptcy. Their CEO is stepping down. Can you believe a product which you use once and then never really need it again is not doing so well financially? 23andMe, known as their DNA testing, so you can see what ancestry your family has, and you can also learn that the man you call Uncle Roger might be more than that. So users are encouraged to delete their data. Because once this is gone, we don't really know what happens to your data. So if you ever used 23andMe before, go ahead and dig into the settings, delete your account. There are instructions online if you need to. And yeah, I think 23andMe has led to more do I need to seek therapy talks than most other companies out there.
Uncle Raj. Oh, my goodness.
You thought James was going to save you, Dre.
He's going. This is spiraling out of control. Come on.
You know me, I love air traffic news. How about this one?
Do.
A packed Air France flight declares an emergency, returns around in the air to come back to the airport after a passenger said they left their phone at the airport. That's right, you're 32,000 feet in the air.
Absolutely
Yeah,
not.
you're 32,000 feet in the air.
Absolutely
You realize you don't have your phone. What do? Pilot, can you please turn around? I left my phone.
No way.
Did it?
I don't. Okay, this story is weird because there are no details as to what necessitated the emergency. They're not saying why it was an emergency that this person didn't have their phone. Like, I can't think of a scenario where a passenger on a plane says, "Hey, I forgot my phone. It is a world emergency that I need it right now," and they turn around. And they were already in the air for an hour.
In Home Alone, they
code for
forgot their
something.
kid, and they didn't turn the plane around. And now they're going to turn around for a phone? I mean, what?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, where's
It might
Jerome
be
at?
code for something, maybe.
Come on.
Was it a
Government
commercial?
official?
Was it a commercial flight?
It was a commercial flight, right? So it wasn't.
Okay, because I see it like a
private.
2-man flight, right? You're just
I don't know.
Even if you're the
I
wealthiest
say
there,
bunk.
wealthiest, and your phone's important for business, and you're like, I don't have it. I don't see a lot of scenarios where they turn you around. So I'll keep an eye on this one. If anything else comes out of it, Bond was on that plane and had the codes.
I have a box cutter.
Device. Who knows? And finally, my last piece of news, less of news, more of something I saw and thought I had to tell you guys. Chat, we got people from all over the world. We must have traders from Germany. What the hell is Burnt das Brot? It's a German television show for children. It's run 25 years. His name is Burnt the Bread, and he is depressed. He has famous catchlines such as "I don't want to be on this show anymore."
I know that feeling.
That looks like.
Yeah, he's toast.
Never mind.
We have SpongeBob, SquarePants, things like that. Germany has Burnt das Brot. His signature expression "Mist," think crap in English, and he is a puppet. His best friends are a sheep and a flower bush, and they urge him to become a bread influencer. All of this is real. This is real television. It's been on the air for 25 years.
okay. Okay.
Roasting them up a little bit with some gravy.
Yeah.
Wow.
I need anyone in here from the chat who is from Germany to tell me more about this show.
Stefan knows it.
Okay. Stefan says pretty much the stupidest thing we have here in Germany. I hate this bread.
Incredible.
That's exactly why I wanted to talk about this. Look at that man. Anyway, we're gonna start adapting his fun little catchphrases here, and like Burnt das Brot. I don't want to be on this show anymore.
Same.
Is that
Back
the
to you,
face
Andre.
you make when you
We're
flatten
watching.
the NQ trade early?
We in? Dakota, you in?
No, I'm not. I have not seen a single trade up set up since that short. A whole lot of nothing. I mean, grinding higher. Traders who
Yeah,
are
new highs
shorting
across
or
the board here.
We go. Oh, is it back to this trade now? Good stuff, James. Incredible. Wow, what a last 15 minutes here on Top Step TV.
this afternoon or power hour might have better trade setups. I mean, this is one where trading's
It's up and to the
optional,
right.
right?
This
Trading is
is
definitely optional. Don't force anything.
so, yeah. This looks like it might just be up and the right. Stair stepping, as Dolby calls it, because tilt's flattened out. You see heavy long tilt in the NASDAQ earlier around the price of 20,310. So 80% long. Did push higher, but
On where?
might be stair stepping here.
It's pretty clean
Yeah,
stair
this
step
is
so
just
far.
Coming up to the top of the
miserable
hour
for
here.
350s, only 50 points away, Dakota. Sneaking up to those 400s, man.
I know.
Sneaking up.
I mean, we've basically tested where the gap is from back on March 7th to March 9th. This gap. Looking at this gap here, I can make it a little easier for everyone to see. This is the gap I'm
Short
referring
gold one more
to.
time.
Sweet. What
Okay.
price?
Oh,
16.2. Go ahead, Dakota.
No, no. That's basically it. We talked about it this morning. Everyone knows what I'm referring to. Sure, this the gap from March 9th, where yeah, looking for it to fill. Looking for it to fill. The fill is gonna be up towards like these 410, 414 zone.
What does stair stepping indicate? Stair stepping indicates a trending market.
mm-hmm.
Dolby, is that what you mean by stair
Yeah,
stepping?
I'll draw it out. I'm gonna throw my charts up
Thank-
real quick.
All right. What just the ES or NASDAQ?
I'm just gonna
You're gonna
draw it,
show?
just like the basic
All right. It's
concept
looking
of it.
like you can see on the 5 minute in the ES.
On the 5 minute, here, let me pop the.
In the ES, yeah.
Oh yeah, cool. So yeah, this is pretty clean. So stair step high or stair step higher is basically just a series of kind of a consolidation, move higher, consolidation above the previous consolidation, move higher, and so on and so forth. Just like your basic uptrend, but it kind of stair steps, and it goes up and down. So it's just consolidation, move higher, consolidation, move higher, consolidation, move higher, and it just looks like a set of stairs.
Yep. Exactly.
Support becomes resistance, vice versa. That whole thing.
Mhm.
So with that
for
being
trending
said,
markets.
say we do identify it as stair stepping, which it perhaps looks like it may be. How would we place a trade with this type of pattern or trend? What would be the thought or the theory going into this type
For
of
stair
market
step,
state?
yeah, you'd be looking for previous
deep to pull.
resistance to become support in a uptrend. So for this like NQ right now, it'd be between like 340 and like 350, depending on how aggressive you want to be. And ideally, you want to see a range kind of form above as well. So we did get the range. We are above the previous resistance. And the question is, does it hold? If it doesn't hold, then, obviously it's a losing trade. But so far, it's been doing a pretty good job of doing the stair step high. So, for me, when I'm trading, I would rather bet on the market doing the same thing that it's already been doing rather than the one thing that it hasn't done yet. In this case, it's been just stair stepping higher. Just got to get the risk aligned.
All right, so perhaps entry. Okay, we're probably looking for perhaps an entry. Where would your risk be on a Nasdaq trade like this? Say you got in at pullback, previous resistance of that consolidation. Some would say it might be right here, like you said, Dolby. How do you manage the risk on a trade like this if you do want to play the stair step or the trend?
I'd probably want my risk to be below 20,331, which was the midpoint of the previous range. It also kind of lines up with another high we had at 20,330 at around just before 9 o'clock.
Mhm.
So maybe like
31s.
340s with a stop below 330. So you're risking about 10 points or so. So, I mean, there's not like market really hasn't done all that much recently. I mean, we're only up 50 points from 300. It feels like a lot more, but this is actually a pretty slow NASDAQ day today.
It is. This is
Yeah, there's
normal.
highs
This
across
is a
the
normal
board here.
market.
Yeah,
This
that's
is
what it feels
normal.
like.
And we're gonna try to stair step this thing higher.
It's been doing a good job.
1 green bar, 2 green bars, 3 red bars.
You know what we
2 green
needed to
bars.
do? We
Dakota,
needed
hit
to
me.
do what Peter Tuchman does. When gold hit 3,000, we should have just had hats. We should have got gold 3,000 hats.
I'll ask him, what's the last hat he made? That's a good question. We got Tuckman joining us after morning recap. What's the last hat made and worn?
We need to think of one. What market? What price?
Gold
Hogs?
3000 was the good one. That's a good
Dow?
one. Yeah.
Dow something?
Yeah, gold
Dow
3,000 is
40?
a good one. Dow 40. I don't know. That's what's the next market?
Is Nvidia still
That one.
ripping? Oh yeah, Nvidia definitely ripping higher here. Nvidia up 3%. Tesla, what's you got Tesla handy there? Dakota, you said Tesla was on the move.
Yeah, 9.5,
Up
9.4.
9.5%.
Yeah, we were at 10% at one point. Yeah,
Okay.
Just,
10-day
just
higher.
a reminder
10-day
here,
higher.
and to thank CJ. We do have an admin cabinet meeting coming up here
Oh
for the
yeah.
hour. Trump and Musk. So we'll be watching the wire for that. Thanks, CJ.
That has begun, Eddie. Trump Musk cabinet meeting. Or scheduled to.
I'm getting nothing off the wire, but yes,
All right.
that is the time
Mm.
it said it would be meeting.
Jay liking this price action in gold right now. 30.13
short
last
two
trade.
right now, huh,
pretty
Jay?
good.
Oh, short 2.
Short one.
Oh, only one.
Okay.
Yeah, you're crushing the
16.2.
gold right now.
Man, yeah.
It's
It's hitting new lows.
there
Is it
is
10?
130. Oh, some bids just came in at 12.6. 159 bid at 12.6. So that might slow us down a little bit. They just pulled it. It's back on again.
Some size down there at 12s.
Get out of the way.
Or it was there, 160.
Get out the way.
160
Right.
offered for bidding 3012. What's gold trade? Is it $10 a tick?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, nice.
What was
Ooh,
that?
tape bomb
The
hit
headlines,
NASDAQ.
Eddie?
Something just popped.
Nothing I'm seeing here.
Nothing. All right. Felt like something. Maybe we're just exaggerating because it's been quite quiet so far.
Really has been.
Yes.
I mean, no
Good time
hot
out.
biscuit, but Treasury Secretary, senior advisor, Senate Republican leader meeting Tuesday on a tax bill. That's about it right now.
All
That's it.
right.
Yeah.
Something just 20
NASDAQ ladder or NASDAQ 5-minute candle look. Bottomed out at 20,328. Fire step back
Yep.
in. Popped up about
Went
15
right to
points
the-
last trade. 20,340.
Middle of that range. And then just bounced right up.
Got some violence over in
Yeah.
Turkey. Demonstrators over the jailed Istanbul mayor have turned the movement to violence. They were demonstrating,
Oh.
now they are getting violent.
All right.
It's not good.
Is
Keep an
crude
eye on that.
bouncing then?
Crude stair
That's
stepping
not
higher. Even after that OPEC headline of increasing supply per production, I should say. Crude put in new highs, $69.11. About 10 cents off those highs right now. And
NASDAQ
stair
right
step
back
is-
up.
Yes, it is. Stair step is back underway
Yep.
in NASDAQ, in the ES. Watch them
Probably would
put
have been
new
a
tech.
pretty close trade. If that might have been a good example of using like micros to sort of like
Great call, Billy.
identify a range and try to like scale in at a couple.
We're talking about getting long around the 40s. Would we have gotten stopped? We probably would have gotten stopped out.
Probably.
The idea was right. I think the read is right, though.
It would have been a
Especially
tight. I mean, 10 points is like nothing in NASDAQ. That would have been a real tight trade. But I did mention that, we might get down to that midpoint of the previous range, and we did. We ran it by a little bit and then ended up rallying almost 20 points. We might have gotten stopped out by like a tick or two. But,
We've
as
been
Dakota says,
frustrated.
put your
Frustrated as
entry where your
hell.
stop is, and that would have worked very well.
Yep.
Look at the S&Ps. To tap on some new highs. 58.11 last trade in the S&Ps. 58.11 half the highs, and we're about to uptick those.
Let's go NASDAQ.
Trend is in.
Yep.
Gold took out that order at the lows. It was at 12.6. It was at 160 on at 12.6. It just took it out.
On the bid?
So, yep.
Filled or pulled, Jay? Sorry.
It was filled. It was filled.
Okay. Oh, top hour's come and gone. Still, no euro close at the bottom of the hour. I believe the euro close is not at the bottom of the hour. One more week. We'll be back on quote unquote normal times. So we are seeing gold still selling off, putting in new lows. 30.
NASDAQ still making highs.
Yes, it is. Look at this. Stair
4 points off
step.
the 60s.
I think we could go
Order
through these.
filled.
Like, slow march up to 400.
Yes.
Agonizing march up to 400. Oh,
Very sizable.
there's
Nice.
new highs.
Hey, there we go. There's your trend play.
That's that 10% level we were just talking about. 362s. Ton of buying just got absorbed there.
10% of what? From all-time high?
From the all-time high. Yep.
Nice.
We'll get long on that
360.
pullback. Yes, or NASDAQ. Or even oil.
We talked about it really well.
We did. We would have gotten stopped out. We would have been really, really frustrated right now,
Yeah.
Dolby.
Yeah, maybe.
Mhm.
It depends. If we did micros, I think we would have been fine. If we did an
I think
E-mini, probably would have gotten stopped out. Probably would have been too tight. But it would have held up in ES, though. I think it probably would have been a cleaner trade in ES than it would have been in NASDAQ.
We got the pullback.
All right.
New
I'm
highs. Yes,
flat
new
in-
highs. NASDAQ.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, Jay.
Oh.
Jay, my man.
Oh.
Jay.
What happened?
It's twice today.
I got flat, and then they just dropped it 2 points.
All right, let's find a new trade.
I tried.
We'll find-
Yeah,
find
new
a
trade. New trade.
But you're right.
Where'd you get stopped out at? Like 12.7?
12. Yeah, 12.7. So I misread that order. It got filled at 12.8 and not 12.6. So I went 12.7 just right above that order. The high tick of that trade was 12.7. So I should have went 12.9, but whatever. Game of ticks. I'm not gonna. It is what it is. Next trade.
Good trade, though. Good trade.
Good trade.
A day like today.
All right,
Cool money.
fellas. I'm gonna kind of put some. I'm not gonna put some. I'm gonna let's watch this trend. Let's look at the ES here. It's moving slow. It's moving a little
NASDAQ.
bit cleaner. Looks like we got the range in here. It's slow. Yes, markets are slow. It's volumes drying out. How would we play the range, if at all, or we just watch and we just we'll remain patient? If it's not your strategy, it's not your strategy.
Just gotta find ways to get long. Buy them
Find ways to get long.
pullbacks. But it's tricky because you don't know how deep that pullback is
370.
going to be.
That's the tricky part. Yep. What do we got here?
Got 70s, 30 points away from 400s. This is like a steamroller that we see. It's like Austin Power steamroller.
Coming down the.
Yeah.
Yes.
As we slowly rumble to 400s.
Grinding higher.
How's chat trading? Chat probably likes this move. Chat typically likes momentum,
Okay.
especially to the upside. Maybe they don't like
I
it.
don't know.
Chat, do you like this momentum?
61% long. Average price from
Okay.
334.
That's
so
it?
Chat has to be loving it.
I'm surprised. It's
Average
only
August.
60,
Love this move.
60%.
On the ES
That's
5809. Oh, nice. There you go. Nate Dogg.
So, Andre, your question was, how do you get into this trend in the S&P or the NASDAQ?
If you were to. Yeah, if you were to. How would you?
Okay.
We're 2 points off the highs here, Jay. Looks like
Right.
we're going to try to tap on the highs. What would you look for? You're really good at measuring the pullback. So talk to me, Jay.
So what I would look for right now, I mean, these pullbacks have been in the S&Ps about 7 points.
Okay.
Call it 7 to 8 average. So what I would look for on a 3-minute chart, we see these volume spikes. I would look for the next volume spike up and buy any pullbacks into that range. and then the risk would go the candle that made the low of the candle prior to that one, right? So this one here, 58.06, if I could buy anywhere in this candle, my stop goes below 58.02, giving this candle, whoever stepped in as far as buyers go, giving them the space to defend these prices. And then if they're ready to make money and continue buying it, then I make money with them. I don't want to buy at these highs, so any pullbacks into this range, 58.06 at the low, 58.11 at the high, I'm looking to buy in there.
Nice.
You know whose strategy I think does really good in this type of a market?
Mo.
Mohammed's. I think
Yep.
Mo's does really well in this environment.
I can see that for sure. Where is Mo? If he's not in
I
chat.
don't
He's
know.
probably too busy trading, making some money.
Because his is buying every dip, and I could see him being in like 5 or 6 longs today, doing well.
Yep. There's
That's a
some
good call.
pullbacks to moving averages.
Yeah. Yes.
I mean, if you look at my charts here on the 3-minute, I have a 20 moving average. I don't think it's the same one that Mo uses, but we've got this yellow line here, some nice pullbacks, and it's just holding as a support. So that could be it. Right now, it's sitting at 58.06, 58.07. It just feels at this point, it feels like you probably have to buy it with smaller size. I don't know if I would be going full position longs with the market being this extended.
Full YOLO longs, all the way up here. This is just one where you just have this idea that the market could just sell off 50 points at any moment, right? It's so hard to be long or short.
Yeah.
I totally agree with that. As we're seeing 50-50 in the ES NASDAQ. Little long tilt in crude. 50-50 in gold.
This could be another stair step setting up here at 360s. Maybe it pulls back to middle of range again, down to like 345s, then catches a bid.
Tim in the chat. So it turns out trading is hard. Well,
It's only as hard as you are on yourself.
Yeah, risk management. That's what these guys fellows will tell you. All about the risk management. Winners will take care of itself.
Yep. Dakota up a cool 475. Nice.
Yeah, I mean, what do we do? What do we do in this price action? I think this is just a good demonstration of patience. I took a trade. Coach Jay's taken a few trades. All have been really good. Not over trading. Not just throwing in orders or trades because we're bored. So I don't mind if this is a continued grind to be locking out with only 1 or 2 trades and 470, just like Friday. I ended Friday, I think, like a few $100. Today nothing's really setting up for 75, and I'm okay with just waiting for something else to set up. I'm not seeing anything to put money at risk.
So just thinking about what Hogue would be thinking here if Hogue was here. Initial balance is set, right? We have the initial balance high at 58.08. We tested it, and it's a successful auction to the upside so far. So Hogue would be saying anything above this is a long. Maybe that gives us the opportunity to buy on a pullback 58.08s, and in the NASDAQ that is what is that? 20,347 half. So maybe looking for pullbacks there. But I agree with you, Dakota. The market gives out really good opportunities, and it's your job to execute when it does. But then it's also your job to notice when those opportunities might have passed by, and then not try to force something. Right? I think it's very easy to be like, oh man, I should have held that trade from 280 and been up, almost 100 points right now. But that didn't happen, and I think what we do as traders is try to force it to happen after the fact, and it's just that's when you start to lose. So if you missed it, understand that there's probably going to be some better trades later on, and that's why it's important to take them when they do set up to not pay that opportunity cost.
Correct. And even putting in perspective, this New York session has just the New York session, 140 point range from low to high. So capturing, 20 points, 10 points is great. We've been so used to those 500-point range days sometimes where we'd move 140
Right.
points in like
Hmm.
5 minutes. So far, that's been an entire New York session. The overnight session in and of itself has been, I mean, heck, the gap to open on Sunday was basically that the first 5 minutes of the Sunday open was that. But overnight session, 300 points from where we gapped up all the way to the high. So need to understand, traders get very narrow-minded, zoomed in. What's the market doing right here, right now, on those smaller time frames? But as you zoom out, you always need to understand it. There's an overall picture, a bigger picture. That I mean, we gapped up, and it's been trend all overnights, all London session so far, all New York session up until this point, and to find a positive trade in this chop. Um, I mean, there's a reason why 99, 98, 95, whatever percentage it is, traders, lose money. If you don't trade today, you're already ahead of everybody else. If you ended up any level of green, you're well ahead of probably 95% of the traders who did trade today.
Take a look at let's take a look at the 10-year yield. These fellas are like 4.32%. Yield's creeping higher a little bit. Next Fed meeting is until May 7th. We're still at 89%, 90% probability of a pause again. A lot of time before it now and then. Keep an eye on that. Again, 90% probability of a pause again. We still need to fill that gap. Do we still need to fill that gap to the downside, guys? We
Nope.
don't need to
We
do
don't have to
anything.
do
Is that
anything.
We still have a
is that in
gap.
the back of your mind though? At what point does that number come back in your mind? We're grinding higher here, zombie railing, some call it stair stepping. If we start seeing some pressure to the downside, at what point do you say, "Oh yeah, we have a gap to fill down there"? How does that work?
For
When we
me,
get there,
if
Oh, thanks, Dakota. Great answer. Great, really. Man,
I'm honest. Guess
riveting
where we're
stuff.
at right now in the NASDAQ? We're filling a gap from March
Man,
9th. We're right there. We're in the middle of a
Mhm.
gap fill as we speak. March 9th, that open. And nobody talked about it until here we are now.
Sure, we are. Yep.
Yeah, I would start thinking about that gap in the Nasdaq if we get under 20,200.
Okay. You got that gap in 19,970.
It's true,
Vince,
man. It's so
it could
true.
take days, weeks. That's right.
Maybe if we hit 400s, we'll just have like an atomic sell-off or something.
Okay.
Get back down and fill that gap.
Possibility too.
Gold making some sort of move again. Yep, gold did find some buying. $8 off the lows there, 30.17.
We are in the
SP's
middle
on
of
the
a gap
grind.
fill.
35 points away.
Yes, we are in the
400.
NASDAQ. Yes, sir. Slumar. Will we get to 400 by the bottom of the hour?
By 11? That's a
12
good poll question, actually. We should do it
12
below.
minutes. 12, I think bottom of the hour? Too soon?
I was going to say end of fast markets.
Yeah, I'd say in the fast markets. I mean, we are 25% through this gap.
What is this March 9th gap you're referring to? What's the range on that?
You care about this guy.
Oh, let's see. It started at 412, 413, and it gapped down to like 352.
On the
So
far left?
yeah, right here. March 9th.
March 9th. Got it.
And
Oh, I
it
see.
took
Oh, I see.
almost
Okay,
a
okay,
month,
okay.
right? 2-3 weeks for us to even attempt to fill it. So that's what we're doing right now.
Starting to see those 100 lot algos coming back in on the ES ladder. It's been a minute since we've seen that. 58.15 all the way up to 58.17. Starting to see some 100 lots on the offers, 100 lots in the bids beneath. The volatility was rocking. Those were nowhere to be found. NASDAQ starting to see a little bit more volume on the ladder as well from the algos. RKC has changed. That University of Michigan number 2 Fridays ago. Very, very poor reading. We bottomed out there. Just kind of been grind higher.
That was the moment.
Yep.
The moment.
Sellers were exhausted.
Let's play for another
SP's
new
gonna-
session high here in the NASDAQ.
Yep, 4 points from that. Dow did new session highs, and ES about to make new session highs as well. Hoop. Let's see Hoop here in a VIP lounge in less than an hour. His take, thoughts on what the market state has changed. How do we approach it?
It's a nice zombie rally.
I think goes back. What's Zona talking about? What's up, Zona? Zona just.
I've seen him in the chat a few times.
Come back, Zona.
About
At least for a reversal
Tesla.
challenge. Oh, he's so great. Love him. Come back, Zona, please. What word up, Zona? Word up, Zona.
Got some
3,000,
1 minute
370.
wicks to the upside in NASDAQ. Got about 4 of them. Looks like they all kind of getting a little bit of resistance up around 20,370, let's say.
Close your eyes and buy. What would happen if we just bought right now? 367 in the NASDAQ.
Sells off 400 points, probably.
Go fill those 400.
367.
Ooh, new highs. They're trying again. Almost 30 points away from 400. Oh, back down we go. Getting wiki up there around the 70s.
Wiki up there. We also have 5,700 people hanging with us throughout the day. We got that VIP.
Oh, wow.
We got that form, the subscriber group coach giving away form, pin to the top of chat. It's going to be here all day. All day. I thought maybe we can do for an hour, hour and a half. Nope. They tell me all day long. Click on that form, pin to the top of the chat. Pick your VIP coach. 3 separate sessions with the best of the best. All right, click like, follow, and subscribe.
Well, if you like longs, is this your pullback to get long again?
So I was actually thinking the other way, that this might be a potential cheap short opportunity.
Hey.
So that daily candle that we talked about during the opening call, right? The high of it was 362.5. It's kind of where we're consolidating right now and seeing the market chill out a little bit. The only reason I don't like taking it is I would rather see that volume exhaustion kind of, take out the stops above that high and then turn around. We just haven't seen that yet. But from a price perspective, if we stay in this range, and if we look at VWAP from the day we printed that candle, it's 700 points lower. Do I think we trade all? Do I think we sell off 700 points? No, but a potential pullback to 300s from this area wouldn't surprise me either. If I put this trade on, I would do it with micros, just because it's counter the daytime trend. But this is not a bad spot.
What would you say to the people? Yeah, that you're going counter trend, and then what would you say to those people? And then what will the people say if you got long that you're buying around the highs? How do you combat those?
Well, if I bought it here and it sold off, they're gonna say this dumbass bought the high.
Correct. And if I sell it
here and
you're going against the trend,
they're gonna say this guy's going against the trend. He's a terrible trader.
Oh man.
I think what's most important is the risk management. We never know where exactly the market is going to go. And like I said, I would take this with micro because it's counter trend. And it wouldn't be a wide stop either. Honestly, I think we could go. Well, if I took it with micros, I would want my stop above 400. But this is an area where we're seeing this consolidation. We're seeing volume dry up. It's an interesting spot. I'm gonna wait.
I mean, as long as you have a solid process for doing whatever you do, if you have a reason to get in and a reason to get out, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. And the chat